All right, there's nothing wrong with that, but as you may have all heard, some people say, it's not about winning, it's about having fun. And FIRST is really unique in that you can have fun and just have fun and get an award for it. So there are a lot of different awards for FIRST. The largest one is the Chairman's Award. And Chairman's Award kind of encompasses all the other awards kind of compiled together. And this means that you have to have your stuff together. Your team has to be organized and on it. And that starts right now. This is FIRST's definition of the Chairman's Award. A lot of it revolves around the FIRST values. The usfirst.org website will be your home page. It needs to be your home page. You need to look at it and constantly refer to it during the build season and make sure that you're on track with what FIRST is asking of the teams. Because the FIRST Chairman's Award winners are the ones who exemplify the FIRST robotics competition at its best. So what you need to do is you need to start now. If your team's not yet organized, it's perfectly fine. But as long as you start kind of thinking about what your goal is going to be. Rookie teams aren't expected to win the Chairman's Award, but it's a thing that you kind of have to work for. So even if you want it next year, try it out this year, see how it goes, and then see what you need to improve next year. Some important things to keep in mind are community outreach. You can do, like a couple years ago, the Chairman's Award winners at the international competition even did blood drives. I mean, anything at all. It doesn't even have to be science and technology related. FIRST really emphasizes community involvement in all aspects. You can do food drives. You can also do robotics workshops and classes for people in your community, or mentor local FLL teams and or start local FLL teams. A good thing that you need to start out with is publicity. And that's not just for the Chairman's Award. That'll eventually help you get a lot more sponsors, and it's to your team's benefit. Make sure that as you go along the way, at the beginning of the season, you're going to want to set up some sort of public relations team or awards sub-team that's really going to focus on the awards for you. Collect all those documents as you go so you keep track of what you did. I mean, if you're going to put a lot of hard work into a workshop, you want to make sure that you have pictures of your team working with the other children. What my team did last year, we actually won the Chairman's Award for the Pacific Northwest Regional, which was in Portland, Oregon. We had a WIST, Women in Science and Technology event. We had 150 Girl Scouts come. We taught them about robotics. They got to drive the robots. We mentored local FLL teams. This year we're mentoring 4 of them. It's really easy to do, and you have no idea what a large impact you have on the little kids' lives, and eventually they'll grow up to be an FRC. Yeah?
FLL stands for First Lego League, and it's a contest for 9 to 14-year-olds, so elementary through middle schoolers, and they do a similar contest to ours, but they use Legos.
Yeah, and they have an extended timeline. So there's no pressure to do that necessarily during your build season, and it's a lot of fun. We also do local demonstrations at markets. We have a picturing barn demonstration we do every year. We also got presentations to our ASB, our school district, and other schools. It's a great way to kind of get out there, whether or not they give you money. It's up to them, but I mean, just getting your name out there, they know you exist, and maybe in the future when they hear somebody say, yeah, FRC is a great program, too bad you guys aren't involved, then they'll know who to go to. You're also science fairs. Last year we got invited to about 6 or 7 science fairs. We didn't even ask, and it ended up being a lot of fun. And I encourage you to follow up with that at your local elementary schools. I'm sure they'd love to have you there. Here's a picture of us this is our WIST event, so these are all the little Girl Scouts. This is them, they all got a chance to drive the robot. That was a robot from 2 years ago. Here they're building with Legos. They got a chance to build with the Mindstorm sets. Here we're just kind of talking with them. It's great to have a lot of population pictures of you being involved in the community. Here's at a local science fair. Here's an FLL event. We hosted the regional event. You don't necessarily have to host an event, but if you can also mentor the team. And just to let you know how far this goes, this is me in FLL. It starts young, and the people that you encourage at one point, I mean, it affects them throughout their life, and hopefully they'll come up into FRC and they'll be able to apply their engineering concepts to actual metal someday. And here's when we did a presentation at one of our corporate sponsors who ended up giving us a significant grant last year. Also, you need to, speaking of team organization, start thinking about things like your image. As we were just talking about, business cards are a great thing to have when people are asking you, or If you need help with something, you know, ask for someone's business card or their contact information, and you'll be able to get a hold of them. Also, the Pacific Northwest Yahoo group, which I'll go over later, and Chief Delphi are also really good resources. I'll clarify those later. So after you kind of get your team going, start thinking about it. Start thinking about a goal. A lot of chairmans is, yes, it's a good, all-around community involvement, a good team spirit in general. But if you have one goal or project, that'll make you all the more impressive. As unique as you can make it, think about your age range, the largest, how you want to influence as many people in the most positive way as possible. And again, that's all up to you. It needs to emphasize, these are some of the first values: gracious professionalism, which I'll define later, engineering, public relations, and teamwork. You really need to keep the FRC values in mind throughout the school. I mean, like I said, it's really up to you guys. And again, with the sub-team, which I already mentioned. Last year, we lost all of our mentors. We almost did not exist, and we're all very heartbroken. I cried several nights. Yes, FRC will become very important to you. Then we got a mentor, and then we didn't have any money. So we've come all this way, and we weren't going to accept the fact that we didn't have any money. So last year, we contacted our legislators, and we told them that, this is a great program. Why is it happening in our great state that this can be such a great program, and we can't even do it? I mean, here we are begging to learn, and we thought something had to be wrong. Somebody's going to hear us. And we also did things like we organized the WIST event. So after this, after you define your challenge or whatever you want to do this year, in addition to building your robot, you need to work towards that goal. Again, the examples from before, and find new opportunities throughout the build season to do more presentations, just kind of building on what you've already done. Another really good first value is to help others. So get involved with FRC team networks, firstwa.org, chiefdelphi.com. If you make a login, a sign-in, that's also another really good resource to when you're asking questions, listening to people's conversations about the latest engineering techniques. And also if you go to yahoogroups.com and join the Pacific Northwest First, I think that should have a hyphen in between there, and there's the PNW First Yahoo group. Everything, all of these events, they all get discussed through this group. You will get all the latest updates and resources that you would have never found out otherwise. And it means that you don't constantly have to go check the website. You get emails about it, and it's incredibly good source. So last year, what we did for our follow-up is some of our legislators got us a spot to present to the legislators in Olympia, Washington, and we presented to the Education Appropriations Committee, and we actually succeeded in getting a House bill passed for $150,000 for FRC teams in Washington State. And that's what you guys probably refer to as your OSPI grants. That's what kind of got a lot of these teams started this year, and it's the first time that we've ever had federal, or state funding rather, for the FRC team. So this is a really good and effective way to influence the community and a lot of people. You don't necessarily have to do something on this scale. The really good thing about doing things within your community is you have a really personal relationship with people. So if you ended up doing a large workshop, that also works. This is us presenting in Olympia. That's Ms. Mongill in the back. And that's Paul Gudonis. He's the president of First, the organization. This is us presenting. It's a funny switch.
No, fat. Fat one guy.
And here's one of our team members presenting our robot to legislators, kind of off to the side.